Hello, Michelle. How are you?
Hi, Maria.
Nice to see you in Hong Kong.
Thank you. I'm in my I'm at my Carnet boutique, so we're looking forward to showing you some my little creations.
I have had a preview, Michelle, and I know that that is an understatement. They are incredible creations.
Thank you, thank you.
And okay, so shall we start looking at the jewelry or?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, I'm just going to turn off comments. So if you give me a second. Oh, how do I do that? Let's see. Turn off questions. Yeah. Oh, okay. Just 1 second. Very good. Great. So now comments are turned off. The screen is clear.
Perfect.
Okay, so
let's go.
Let's go for some Carnet magic. And we've got Katya helping us. Hello, Katya. So Katya is you're a dancer, aren't you?
Yes.
So a perfect person, you know, to showcase these beautiful jewels. And what do we have here, Michelle? What's the large piece I can see on Katya's shoulder?
That's what we call the Sapphire swim. I think it's my interpretation of a Siamese fighting fish.
Wow.
So we got all sorts of colors. The big stone is a emerald, and then the rest we have all combination of Parahiba, diamonds, and all sorts of colored sapphires.
Wow.
So it's
Natalie,
yes.
Can you get a bit closer?
Of course.
So it's in platinum and gold.
Incredible. And can you explain to me the process of how a piece like this is created?
Basically, you know, Maria, I was one of the first to start to do titanium pieces. And at that time, there was even no soldering machine. So, but actually, we just did it with a piece of metal. And we, at that time, you know, it's really, it's a very rough material and it's a very tough material, but we basically hammered volume into it. So we just set titanium like setting with gold.
Wow. So you were really experimenting with materials and finding new ways.
Yes, because exactly, because it's such a light material. And when we started, there was no soldering machine. So actually, I can show you later on that the back is all, we put little screws in. And now you see a lot of titanium pieces because, you know, they invented the machine. I started like 20 years ago. There was no such a machine. And now actually you see a lot of titanium pieces, it could be casted now. But wow, since I got my craftsman to do this, this kind of way, which I feel is got, you know, gives much more flow. So we continue with this method.
Absolutely. Natalie, can you just show us the camera moving around the brooch so that we can see the different sort of intricacies of the movement and the architecture of the piece? Because it is just stunning. And Michelle, this is all made in Hong Kong, isn't it? Look at that.
All made in my atelier. I mean, all the craftsmen with me for umpteen years.
Right. And the gemstones, you have a very particular way. You work with your partner, Abby, don't you? And that gives you something of an advantage.
Oh, yes, of course. You know, I just do the creative side and he does all the sourcing of the stones and everything.
Right. And often
so it's a good partnership. It's been over 30 years, Maria.
That is a good partnership. Time is an indicator of success and endurance, for sure.
Well,
and you often recut stones, Michelle, don't you?
Yes, that's Avi's job. All the recutting, basically, he is there to support my vision.
Absolutely fantastic, a wonderful piece. And I know you like brooches, Michelle, don't you?
I love brooches, and there's so many ways you can wear it. Especially big brooches, you can do it as a belt buckle. You can wear it in your hair. Some of the pieces we'll show you later. And also, you know, with a big piece, then I chose a little pair of studs to go with when you want to be subtle.
Oh, let's see those studs. Are they? Yeah.
Yeah, they're amethyst and sapphires.
Can we get a bit closer, Natalie? Yeah, the light's good there. The light's brilliant there. So yeah, so that is subtle, but it still has that incredible vibrancy of color, Michelle. How do you achieve that?
Actually, this kind of stud earrings we do very well because people love to have a bit of flamboyancy during the daytime, and yet is easy to wear.
Yeah.
So, but if you want to be a bit more extravagant, you turn the other way. We have another earrings, a pair of earrings to match with it. More of a statement piece.
A little bit further
Sorry.
down, Natalie, and a bit closer. Yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
So those again have that wave form, so very aquatic in its flowing motion.
Yeah, exactly. So we sort of like more the to go with the fish.
Absolutely. And Michelle, you began designing jewelry because you wanted jewelry for yourself. Is that right?
Yes. I couldn't really find the pieces I liked, so I started playing with it. And it's really a very organic process. It's just I played with it, and I started designing for myself, and my friends liked it, and that's how it all started.
Fantastic. And since then, it's grown to become a business where you have some very faithful clients, collectors, I believe.
Yes, that's why we could survive until now.
Yeah, through difficult times as well.
Yeah, it's a challenging time, but it's okay.
Yeah,
There's
good. I'm glad
always,
to hear that.
Yes, I think so. I mean, we really need to sort of forge ahead.
Good. I like that determined spirit. And I know that you're a very determined person, Michelle.
Sometimes too determined, I'm told.
Really? No, you can't be too determined.
Yeah, they say that, you know, you always want your way. And I said that's the only way.
Well, if you're making jewelry, I think you have to have your way. You can't compromise,
Yeah.
can you?
You're totally right. But they say, unfortunately, it spills over to my everyday life. So,
Well, listen, the results in the jewelry are amazing. So I think you're doing the right thing, the right approach. And
thank you. And this is what something we want to share with you is that there's a totally Avi's contribution is the show. Katya, show them the ring.
Yeah, let's look at the ring.
This is a improved cut of the portrait ring, I would say, because it's Avi got a rough and we polish it especially to have this kind of like a portrait ring, but to have a bit more luster.
So that is
a special cut.
That's a brown diamond, isn't it?
Yes, a very light brown diamond.
And
very clean, but I think very chic, because I always say that big can be quiet.
What did you say? Say that again, Michelle.
I always say that big can be quiet.
Big can be quiet and small can be loud.
Exactly. I think well, some of them they go for a dinner. It's still quite subtle enough.
I love it because you don't really know what it is, but you know it's exceptional. But you'd have to be a connoisseur to know that that was a brown diamond cut into a portrait cut, set in this very light mount.
Yeah, you said it totally.
Katya, can we see it from the side like that? Because to really appreciate that portrait cut. And the portrait cut, I think I'm right, Michelle, dates back to the Mughal period where it was used to cover portraits, and it was obviously a very thin cut, and that's where the name came from. And it's sort of having a bit of a revival now, I think, because people are appreciating this less brilliant version of the diamond, but one that has a very sort of old-fashioned allure about it.
Yeah, it was quite a challenge to find the right rough to do it, but again, that's not my problem. It's Avi's problem.
Poor Avi, he's working away all the time to satisfy you, Michelle.
Well, to satisfy himself, I mean, he'll drive everybody crazy if it didn't work.
Good. Sounds like a good team. Fantastic. Yeah, it's very rare to see a diamond that size and that perfect and put into a mount like that to really show another way to wear a diamond. I love that. Great. So what are we going to see next? I know that they've got trays of jewelry prepared. This is very carefully orchestrated. I think there are about 6 people behind the scenes making this happen.
So we're going for the second set.
Oh, I know, Michelle. Could you do this? Could you show us the back of the fish brooch in the meantime?
Oh, yeah, perfect. That's true.
Yeah, because I think people are really interested to see.
Do the change.
Yeah, while we do the change, yeah. Because often people say they really appreciate seeing the back of the jewel.
So I think that like a person, you know, inside beauty is just as important.
Right, that's, oh wow, can you get in a bit closer, Natalie?
Yes. No, it's too low, right?
No,
Can you see this?
Good. That's perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sam, I don't know where you can see. It was
a bit higher, Michelle? A little bit higher, a little bit lower, there, perfect.
I don't know where you can see the little screws where with the back frame, we backed it with gold. And could you see the little screws?
Go a little bit closer. Let's see if we can get a bit closer.
It's hard to see though from this.
No, I think we can see, I can see the titanium is blue from the back as well. And you've set,
Yes.
You've set diamonds on the back.
Yes, and then the little screws here is hard to see.
Come up a bit, Michelle, yeah.
I know the little screws.
And what I can see is exquisite craftsmanship that jewel could be worn back to front. Look at that. Amazing. And can you show us the front again, Michelle? Because that is pretty impressive as well. And movement, yeah. Oh, look at that. Just amazing. And it's that very subtle graduation, isn't it, of different colored sapphires with diamonds and all leading into that impressive emerald that is at the fish's head, not his eyes. He's got 2 eyes at the bottom. He's amazing. Amazing, Michelle. It must be one of your largest pieces then.
Yes, yes. I love to do big pieces.
But this one is
yes, you
not
can see the little screws here, I think.
Let's see, come down a little bit, Natalie.
You need to come down. It's hard to see, huh? Because it's so tiny, very tiny. So basically, we attach the gold to the titanium with little screws.
Great.
And the whole piece is handmade.
And how long would that take to make, Michelle?
Oh, I lose track of time.
I mean, certainly months, many months.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. For sure. And would you have one person working on that, or is it more like a collaboration of different craftsmen?
No, I have one person working there, but of course the setter is a different person just doing setting.
Yeah, wow, that's fantastic. Beautiful, really lovely.
Wow. Thank you. So we have another set coming up.
Mm-hmm. Look at that, as if by magic. Oh my goodness. We have a trio of brooches. Please talk us through those, Michelle.
I thought we wanted something fun.
Okay.
Big and small. And also, you know, you can play with it.
So these are black and white diamonds.
Black and white diamonds.
Yeah. Can you get a bit closer, Natalie? To see them? Wow. And again, these are very organic forms, aren't they? They seem to be sort of gentle and soft, but using that black and white makes them very dramatic.
I think, Maria, you can describe my jewelry better than myself. I always feel that it's very hard to sort of talk about my own jewelry.
Oh, but you know them like your children, Michelle, so perhaps for me, being a little bit more distant, I can be a little bit more creative. But
so I will. And then the earrings.
Now these earrings are interesting because what shape are those black diamonds?
They are like little cylinders.
Yeah, so that's amazing to cut stones, diamonds like that. I mean, that alone is challenge for the gem cutter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Katya, can you hold your finger behind the earrings so we can see the movement? Just put them down behind the tassel like that. Yeah, look at that. Can we get a bit closer, Natalie, do you think? I mean, that is really just a cascade of diamonds. And at the end, what are they, little briolets, Michelle?
Yes, they are little briolets.
Yeah, so that, you know, I suppose, Michelle, when you see a diamond, you just see a whole range of possible shapes they could be, whereas few jewelers are that adventurous in recutting, but you are very much interested in finding new ways to display diamonds, aren't you?
No, I mean, I really love them, and they're light. And I think Carnet Jewellery is very known for the movement. Either it's real movement or the illusion of movement. I want the jewelry to be alive.
Those earrings are certainly alive. Oh, wow, beautiful. And every time you move your head, they must just shimmer so elegant.
And then I think, Kathy, you can turn your head to see, you know, we use a brooch as a hairpiece.
Ah, okay. Spectacular. Look at that. What an elegant picture that is. Absolutely beautiful. Wonderful. Can we see a little bit closer? A little bit up. There we are. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. So lovely. I mean, I think having hair jewels is the most elegant way to wear a jewel because it is such a display and the wearer doesn't see it. So it's this sort of a glow for everybody else. Very beautiful. And the back of the earrings are as beautiful as the front. That is beautiful. Fantastic. Did you ever wear brooches in your hair, Michelle?
Unfortunately, my hair is too short.
Ah, that's true. That was a dumb question. Sorry. I know you have short hair. You always have very chic little gamine crop. Absolutely fabulous. So we've got brooches in the hair. We've got brooches on the shoulder. And we've got some beautiful earrings, all in black and white. And what a stunning effect.
And I think that, you know, like some of my clients, you know, they like to play with their jewelry too. It's not as serious. You have to be stuck in one place, you know. You can play with it.
Great.
So that's a good example of it. You can have some in the front, in the back, you know, have fun with it.
Mm-hmm. Can you turn to face me, Katia, so we can see the full effect? Yeah, it's so elegant. I mean, that is a very sophisticated jewelry look. Oh, and we've got a ring. Let's see the ring. Thank you for reminding me, Katia. So again, we're not quite getting the focus there.
Sorry.
Natalie, if you could come in a little bit, yeah? That's it. Can you hold your hand close to the camera, Katia?
So we have a rose cut diamond and the little black beads, the cylindrical beads, also echoing the earrings.
Wow. And you've created a sort of shield shape, haven't you, by putting more diamonds around the rose cut?
Yes.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Can we just try and maybe see it on the side, like moving it like that, Katia? That's it. Wow. That is spectacular. And is that a, do you know what grading that diamond is, Michelle?
The diamond is, let me check again, it's a F color.
F color, right. And against that black, it just really, really looks incredibly brilliant, doesn't it? Does it feel nice to wear, Katia? Like $1 million, right?
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful. So that's the level of sophistication of what you do, Michelle, is that you don't do a diamond ring like anybody else, do you? Or diamond tassel earrings?
I really love designing, you know, with rose cut, and it's so feminine.
Really pretty. What a beautiful set.
And again, you know, we did it years ago. I mean, 20 years ago, there was not so much rose cut around, and we were brave enough to do a full production of rose cut.
Wow. And so there's more wastage on a rose cut, isn't there?
No, I think you have to find the type of rough, from what I understand.
Beautiful. Thank you.
And again, all this kind of assortment and everything is Avi's job. So I just get to play. So I'm quite happy with that.
Well, that's a very good setup, Michelle. Well done.
Thank you.
Good.
So
are we going to move on to the next set, which I think is the cloud earrings? Is that right?
The next set.
Oh, look at all these hands. Fantastic. Changing everything. You just have to sit there, Kathy, and smile. That's how it should be, right? Change my jewellery, please. So your cloud earrings, is that what we're seeing next, Michelle? You can tell us a bit about them if that's the case.
Okay, the pair of earrings that are coming up is also about different. Is that we do a lot of repolishing, and actually the center stone.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We're having the diamond ones now. Okay. Shall we look at that? We can just look at that first earring, Katia, if you want, for the moment. You turn your head.
Cannot.
Oh, okay. Look at this one instead. There's a lot going on here today. Can you hear the cameras in the background? This is a mega production. So can you tell us about these earrings, Michelle?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm just looking at this now. Basically, they are like they're all rose cut, a cascade of rose cut, and then the center stone, the little round ones. Actually, they're not so little. Okay, the big round ones. They are actually we even polish from rough, so they are the effects like little mirrors.
Wow, can you face us, Katia, so we can see them? That's it. And maybe you could put your hand behind them so that we can see.
They are not even like rose cut. They're more like little mirrors. It's like big rondelles.
Just amazing. I mean, the lightness, that literally, it's as light as water falling. Incredible.
And I love the transparency, the movement, and it's actually very, very light.
Just beautiful. I mean, exquisite, the way that you've managed to make those diamonds almost float with, I suppose, absolutely minimum metal. Is it titanium in this case?
It's platinum.
Platinum, okay. Oh, because you need the strength, don't you, for
yes,
that lightness.
And I like to use platinum a lot because we just polish. We don't do plating.
Of course, yeah.
So it's softer. You don't have that sort of very hard, shiny color. It's a warmer color using platinum. So we use a lot of platinum.
But it's almost impossible to see where the metal starts and the diamonds begin because it just all looks like diamond. Absolutely beautiful. And I bet they're super light, right, Katia? Yeah, you like those too. Katia likes those as well.
I got the perfect model.
Yeah, and tell me, it's a model because you have something in common, you two, don't you?
Oh, well,
you don't have to tell us.
Tell me the torture is that, I take lessons from her.
So you
ballroom dancer.
Look at that. Well, that must be a good combination, ballroom dancing and diamond jewelry.
So Perfect. That's why she got the posture, and luckily she's got the neck too.
Posture, yeah, and the hands, the most amazing hands.
Yes.
Wow, beautiful earrings, and they're long, but they are still so elegant. Fabulous, and I can see you've got something on your wrist, Katia, that you're very coyly keeping away from us. Aha.
So we do a lot of Carnet watches, which are hugely popular, especially in Asia. Our ladies love watches.
Look at that. And that is so slim, isn't it? It's like almost like it's just fallen onto the wrist, like a fabric.
And what got me to do watches is that the ladies tell me that it's very hard to find watches that go with my type of jewelry.
Mm-hmm. Probably because they were a bit heavy compared to the lightness.
Yeah, usually it's very chunky, very thing. So that's what prompted me to start doing jewelry watches.
And watches are a whole other dimension of complications, aren't they?
Yes, but we started many years ago. Huh?
So you perfected it. Just beautiful, and there's nothing else like that. That lightness, the fact that it is in essence a jewel, and then there happen to be two little hands on it. Very nice. Fabulous. Wonderful. Wow. And what have we got? The high night next? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes, a ween. Yes. Okay. There's something interesting coming out.
Okay, coming up. This is all happening behind the scenes. There's been a lot of preparation. There's a lot of work going into this. The most professional Instagram tea with Maria we've ever had. So congratulations to Carnet for that. And I'm going to pour myself a cup of tea in the meantime. I hope you don't have a cup of tea, do you? Over there. Yeah. And are we going to see the high night ones, Michelle?
Yes. Okay, we do that first.
Okay, do you want to tell me a little bit about that stone and why we don't see it that often?
Yes, you find that there's a electric blue to it, isn't it?
Incredible. Yeah, that's exactly like it's been shot through with lightning. It's like nothing else. But people don't use it because it's quite
People don't
difficult.
use it. First of all, the gem quality, there's a very, very small production. And you usually find that in Germany. I mean, it's basically the lapis lazuli family.
The lapis lazuli family.
Yes, but you don't have it in gem quality. It's very rare. So it's a very, very small production.
And it's also quite frail, isn't it? So it breaks.
And it's very fragile. So people don't like to use it for jewelry because you cannot plate it.
But Michelle will write
it's very soft. So basically, you have to you can't even mount it in gold. So it has to be mounted in silver. And it can only be, you can use oxidation. You cannot use plating.
My goodness.
So it's very fragile stone. So that's why people will find it maybe a bit taxing to use it. But I love the color.
There's nothing like it. And what you've done is incredible because you've put space around the different colors, yet you've put rubies against the blue for that incredible contrast. Can we go a little bit closer, Natalie, do you think? Just to appreciate that. Wow, incredible. So there's a pear shape. No, is it a pear shape? What shape is that diamond?
Yes, it's a pear shape.
Right, surrounded by rubies, suspended around a ripple of hyacinite, I think that's right pronunciation, and then around another circle of diamonds for this just incredible radiating effect.
And I use a lot of white to show the contrast.
And again, full of movement. Fantastic. And there's a ring as well, isn't there? Let's have a look at that.
Yeah, I'm now very much into pinky rings.
That is some pinky ring. That's an upgrade from a signet. Fantastic. So what you put, again, pear shapes to form a sort of a fleur-de-lis shape almost.
Yes.
And then that hyacinite against the diamonds. And we've got the big diamonds on the top, but then on the side, tell me about the setting. Can we go into the side of the ring, Natalie and Katya, so you can see that it's a very sort of organic setting, isn't it, with the almost irregular. Is that right, Michelle?
Also all rose cut.
All rose cut. And again, hardly any metal visible, which makes the gem setter's life hell.
Well, we try our best. I drive them crazy, my craftsmen, but they're okay. They got used to me.
Yeah, and so you appreciate the difference of the stronger brilliance of the diamonds at the top, which are set, those are set in claws, I would imagine, with that electric blue, and then the softer shapes of the way you've set the rose cuts around the shank. So that's a lot of work in one ring.
Again, it's easy to wear.
Is it easy to wear, Katya? Hardly noticed you were wearing it, right? Beautiful. Really lovely. Fantastic. And we need to move on to the next set now because, which I think are the clouds, right? Because amazingly, Michelle, we've almost done half an hour.
Already?
Yeah,
oh, so we have to
already. Time flies.
Time flies, really.
Yeah. So tell me, the cloud earrings, tell me about that series because it's one of your most famous designs.
Yeah, my signature is cloud. As I say, I daydream a lot, so every time you see the clouds, there's a bit of change. So we got two different kinds of clouds, two different kinds of shape.
But they're very minimalist because they're just a silhouette, aren't they? They're like a hint of a cloud.
And these are really, fun jewelry that you can wear with jeans. I mean, they are big in size, but they are just, very casual.
And they're titanium as well, aren't they?
They're all titanium, yes.
Yeah.
And
and you work these very subtle graduations of sapphire. So do you select the stones yourself to get that effect?
Yes, yes. I have people doing all the selection. Of course, I work with the person to.
Look at that. Isn't that just so, so original, playful, but sophisticated at the same time? I have to say, these are one of my favorite of your designs, Michelle. So the one on the left, is that with more diamonds?
So
that's
it's all sapphires.
Both sapphires.
This one
okay.
is all graduating blue.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is all diamonds.
Just beautiful. So
it's the
so
color
young.
Of the color of the titanium.
Spectacular.
Next time I come to London, I'll bring them for you to see.
Definitely. You have to be wearing them, Michelle. That's why you keep your hair short. That's fantastic.
So the ring.
Look at that. My goodness.
Tartan ring, all full of colors.
Tartan.
And
so we've got
sapphire is almost 13 carats of the center stone.
And then you create this tartan pattern in more sapphires and paraibas, those must be, right?
Yes. All one piece, all handcrafted.
Just spectacular. I love that, because normally if there was somebody, a jeweler had a sapphire that size, they would be very serious about it, and they would set it so that it's, you know, the stone is everything. But here, it's the whole piece that is everything, and the sapphire is part of that, but it's not the only part of it. And that's what I love about your designs. And are those lavender sapphires, Michelle?
Yeah, there's yes, purple sapphire. We have parahiba there. We have diamonds.
Just what a treat to see this. That color. When you can't be sad looking at that, can you? just reminds you of how amazing nature is.
Exactly.
Spectacular. I'm lost for words, Michelle.
You're very kind, Maria. Thank you so much.
No, it's beautiful to see them worn like this, because you really appreciate the dimensions, the movement in them, and the color. So it's an absolute treat. Beautiful. I think that was a real insight into what you get up to in Hong Kong, Michelle.
Thank you. So we are pressed for time, or we show you the finale and then.
Oh no! Show me the finale. There's never enough time for jewelry. So keep going.
So that's our finale piece.
So it's just being put on. This is a bit of a build up to it all. You can admire the cloud earrings in the meantime. And look at those earrings. Even the shadow is as beautiful. Look at that. You've got to talk us through this, Michelle.
This is all crafted in titanium. So we have all sorts of colored sapphires. We have diamonds there. And Kathy will review.
What was that you said? Sorry, that last bit. Kathy will reveal. Look at that.
A little surprise there.
Incredible. And that on the top, that is a
Kunzite.
Kunzite, sorry, Kunzite.
So it's almost a 70 carat Kunzite.
Wow, and
especially cut for the face.
And did you see the stone and think, I'll do a watch, or did you want to make a watch and find a stone that would...
No, but actually I wanted to make a watch. For this, I had the creation in mind, the design in mind before I started work on it. So again, you know, the Kunzite is Avi's job. I said, I need something like this for the face. You just source it and just have somebody recut.
So you said just source it, and he did?
Well, it took a bit of time, but yeah, actually that's exactly what I said. Please just source it.
Yeah. And he did.
And he did. That's why we're still partners.
It is spectacular, and all for the service of beauty and perfection, Michelle. I like that.
Thank you so much.
Not at all. And Michelle, just one last detail. Can we go a little bit closer, Natalie? Those diamonds,